Sweet. So I was gonna take Ripley. Oh my.
What the heck is that?
Oh my.
What was that?
That's Woody. Should I get it?
Yeah.
Woo! Hey, Woo, are you in here? Come on. Come on, big guy.
Hey, monkey. Can I pet him or will he like attack me?
No. Oh, he wags his tail.
He hasn't yet attacked it,
No. You never do such a thing.
Come here.
Spanish walk. Shake a paw.
Puppy.
Aww. Hey everybody, so I just got back from Angela's. We moved some horses around. I flew the drone. Hopefully I got some cool drone shots. I don't know yet. I haven't looked at any of the footage. I'm gonna look tonight. I hope it's sweet. But while I was there, I was also having a look at Angela's footing. She's been having some problems with it. So she bought some new sand. She's putting in some GGT, some old GGT. She had too much GGT in there before, so we had to scrape it all out. It was a bit of work, but today I was thinking I could talk a little bit about footing, because when it comes to footing, us dressage riders are definitely a picky bunch. We're never happy. The footing is never good enough.
Ever. There is not good enough footing for us dressage riders to ride on, period.
So, on a basic level, dressage riders, in my opinion, want a couple things. We want stability, which means we don't want the footing too soft and loose and it's constantly displacing. That's not very good. Like reiner footing is horrendous because it's just loose sand that moves everywhere, which is perfect for reining horses because when they do their sliding stops, it displaces. But us dressage riders, we want to stay on top of the footing as much as we can. So we want some stability in the footing. But if you have too much stability, the footing becomes too hard. So we also want a level of absorption. So when the hoof steps into the footing, we eliminate as much concussion as we can. But when the hoof steps away, we also want some rebound in that footing. So that's really important too, because or else if there's never rebound, every time the hoof steps into the footing, it would pack. And then after one or two horses of riding on the footing, it just is like riding on cement. Not good. So we want a level of rebound in the footing, which means after it's been compressed, the hoof steps away from that area and it rises a little bit back up again. This is the ideal type of footing. Okay, there's other elements too, such as maybe dust control. You want, I mean, if your footing is indoor or outdoor or exposed to a lot of elements such as snow, rain, or wind. I mean, all these things are obviously going to affect the type of footing you use and have. But I will talk about our footing, which we have in a heated indoor arena. So this is our footing. It's a combination of sand, fiber, and rubber. And we've definitely played around with the amount of each of those things to try to get the mixture just right. But I think a general rule of thumb is when you squeeze your footing and release it, that it stays balled up and slowly expands back out and crumbles apart. It shouldn't just crumble right away, and it shouldn't just stay completely packed. So this is the thing about footing. I think you have to look at footing as if it's like a living entity. It requires a lot of maintenance, and I find myself, I'm constantly tweaking our footing, which means you might be adjusting the depth of the harrowing. I might come in here with the skid steer and sort of re-level, move some of the footing around because it's constantly shifting and adjusting, just like it's a living entity. So it might need more water some weeks, less water the next. Some areas might be drying out, some areas might get a little bit deeper because the footing is being slightly displaced here and there depending on how much traffic we have. So I really don't think there's like one footing that you can just put in, requires no maintenance. Footing requires maintenance and upkeep. And the more you maintain it and the more you upkeep it and the more you tend to it, the better it's going to be. So that is my 2 cents on footing. Hopefully you found that useful. Do you ever headbutt them?